Hi, it's Dave Diegelman with Equity Real Estate. We are here to look at our numbers. It's our April 2024 market report for real estate in Southern Utah. So let's look at the numbers. If we look at the number of listings right now on the sold listings, right now we're at 394 sold listings for the month of March closing out, and last year at the closeout of April it was 372. So this is a very stable market. It's following our normal trends that we would have throughout the year. We do have seasonal trends that kind of go up and down a little bit. Looking at our new listings and active listings, we can see, let's look at the new listings first. It looks like they go all over the place, but the reality is we always have a drop off of new listings and they always come on the market during our spring. What is interesting is this fall off of new listings right here, and that's because of the solds. And if we look at the solds here, we saw that uptick there, so that would affect the active and the new listings. So active listings, you can see kind of the same pattern. It's falling a little bit right here, and that's because we've had a fair amount of sales, and we'll look at that in a minute. The active median sale price versus the new median sale price, you know, these are across the board in different price categories, so it doesn't really reflect all that much. It doesn't really mean all that much. But our median sales price right now is about $645,000 versus last year it was about $599. The median list price right now is $544 versus last year it was at $529. And if you look back on one of my reports about 3 months ago, I covered what the difference was between a median list price and a median and a new median list price. You know, why is that significant? But the bottom line is it doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on our marketplace. So let's look at the sold listings on our sold median price. And our sold median price is about $499 rather. Last year it was up higher, $509. So again, this doesn't reflect that prices are going up or down. It's just what categories we sell more in for a particular season. So it's not comparing like properties. Absorption rate, right now we are at 4.04 months, and last year at the close of April we were at 4.2 months. So this is how many homes are on the market versus what our number of sales are. So that absorption rate, as it goes down, typically inventory gets tighter and prices start going up again. So we see a downward trend right here. If it does continue, which I kind of expect that it will for a few months, we could see housing prices go up and potentially end out the year at anywhere from 5 to 8% appreciation for the year. But it's hard to say. Sold to list ratio, this is something that I am watching like a hawk. Right now it's 96.2%. Last year at the close of April, it was 95.7%. And what that says to me is that more houses are being put on closer to what they're going to sell at, what the comps are showing. So when we do comps as an agent, we're looking back typically 3 months or 6 months, depending on the volume of the marketplace. Right now we'd be looking back 6 months because there's not enough volume in the winter time. But we want to see what that volume is and where the average prices are. And if you price your house, selling your house way too high, you're just not going to get showings because buyers are aware. Remember, buyers are going out and looking at homes. Their agents are showing them properties online. And when they go out and look at homes, get to compare one home to the next in a certain price range, you bet your bottom dollar they know exactly what the relative prices are for homes. So if you're priced way out of line, it's just not going to work. Conversely, if you're priced under the market, you're more likely to get multiple offers. And that's not a bad thing because a lot of times the multiple offers will bid it up as high as it would possibly go anyway. So there's different strategies to this. If you're looking to sell a house, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to discuss those strategies with you. Now, days on the marketplace. This is the most unusual thing that I see in our numbers right now. Right now, the average days on the market is 85.9, almost 86 days on the market. And you can see at our low point back in September, it was about 63 days. Last year at the end of April, it was at 72 days. So why are the days on the market going up, but the inventory is seemingly going down and sales are going up? Well, buyers have more of a selection, and specifically during the first 2 to 3 weeks that something's on the market. I've witnessed this myself as a selling agent, as a listing agent, where we put something on the market and we get a few showings, but not a whole lot. And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, the volume of showing increases, and all of a sudden we start getting multiple offers on a property. I can't describe why this happens, but it does happen. To me, it's way more prevalent in southern Utah than it was in southern California, where I was a listing agent there for several years. But that's an interesting thing to watch. I suspect that it'll come down again, but for sellers, you have to have a little bit more patience, because it is taking almost 90 days for an average house to sell. That means that the slower selling ones, they're going to take 6 months. The faster selling ones could still, sell within a month, but it also might take that full month. So let's look at price volume. This is in millions. What our price volume was month by month, just in overall sales. So 247.6 or 0.5 million was what we closed out March of this year at. Last year, the closeout of April was at 223.4 million. So you can see that we're climbing a little bit, and we probably will continue to climb in price volume. Historically, we do. Let's look at the new listings and the active listings. Take out the sold down here. We don't need that. So you can see a lot of new listings come on the market. The active listings, of course, get pushed up by that. And the drop that you see right here is due to the sales that have come on in the last few months. So we have a fairly strong selling marketplace right now. Let's go down and take a look at the price categories of our sold listings. This is the most important category that we have. Still, our largest category is 500 to 750,000, and we are up 6.6% in that marketplace year to date over last year. The second highest category is going to come in at 450 to 499. We're a whopping 27.8% higher year to date than last year. The next category is 750 to a million, where we are up 15.6% in volume this year to date over last year. We come in then also the 350 to 399. I'm sorry, that was actually our second category. We don't always have a lot of inventory here, and what we're seeing is a lot of manufactured homes on property that are coming into this price range right now. So we do have some more affordable options that are out there. Condos also fall into this area right there. Next category we have is going to be the 1 million to 2 million. After our 750 to a million. So 750 to a million was 15.6% as an increase, and 1 million to 2 million is at 9.1% as an increase. And one of the things that I had been discussing on one of our prior couple of months ago videos is that I'm seeing a lot of people come into the market and buy a $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 home and then flipping it into a 1.3, 1.4, $1.5 million home. And the simple fact is we have enough homes and enough homes in that price range where they're slightly out of date, and we have enough demand to where people are putting in the money for the $1 to $2 million mark. So not huge numbers in that area, and when you go above $2 million, it's just really there's not enough numbers to draw any conclusions, even though we're up significantly on all three of those. We just don't have the numbers to justify anything. Pending listings, these are the listings that are under contract, but we don't know how much they're under contract for. We only know how much they were listed at. And those numbers basically just follow our sold listings over there. And then active listings on the market, you can see the numbers follow what the sold listings are. The thing that is kind of impressive to me is how many listings are coming on in the $1 to $2 million marketplace. So that could potentially be getting saturated because of the volume of sales we have there is less than the volume of sales we have at the 750 to a million. So, it's a little bit of a mixed bag, but then we also have a fair amount of inventory from 2 million to 5 million plus for our marketplace. So we'll see how that goes. And a lot of times people cash out of homes in California or, other areas of the United States and come to retire in Utah. And as our housing prices are coming higher and higher, it might not be such a bargain to live here anymore, although with taxes and other considerations, I think it still is, and the amenities that we have. But anyway, let's look at new listings coming on the market. Again, the 500 to 750, we're seeing an overwhelmingly large number of new listings coming on in that area. The new listings coming on at 750 to a million is very, very strong. It's our second strongest category here. And that follows where the sales are right now. So I hope you get a chance to click on the link for the actual newsletter below. We talk about several things, including the fact that Utah has become the 6th least affordable state for housing in the U.S., and that's significant to me. We also talk about the new ruling that the lawsuit that happened with the National Association of Realtors and how that's going to affect or not going to affect business. I kind of go into detail on that. It's not a rant. It's just the facts. And so that's a pretty interesting thing to look at also. I also post the interest rates and other different trends that are going on in the market that I think you're going to really like. But I am recording this the day after Easter. I had a blessed Easter. It's my favorite holiday of the whole year. I hope you had a blessed Easter with family and friends. And let's go get this spring, summer season and just make it prosperous for everyone. God bless you all.